Hey everyone, I hope you're having a great day. I'm coming to you today in a little mini series about your thoughts create your life. And it's very true that the way our thoughts occur can either make your life positive or negative. And I just want to give you a few tips so that your life can be really positive, no matter what happens. Because right now, I think a lot of us are feeling the stress and anxiety of not getting back to work or what's going on in the world, or perhaps even a personal challenge like I'm going through right now and how you look at it. I have this rash on my chest, and the doctor wanted me to have a mammogram and an ultrasound, and I did all that and it's negative. So now they're saying, well, we want to get blood work and see if you have Lyme disease, or we want to maybe get a biopsy. So I could either look at this as, oh my gosh, my life is coming to an end, I might die. But that's not the case. I just find it inconvenient to have to go to doctors, but I've been lucky enough to do it all by telehealth right now. So it's the way that you look at if a curveball has been thrown to you. How are you dealing with it? If I dealt with the news with anguish or worry or stress or woe me, that would simply defeat my own body's ability to heal itself. So instead, I give myself positive self-talk, and I'm only going to say things that are going to lift myself up and not bring myself down. So stress and anxiety are created in the mind. And thoughts are created and feelings occur in the body. So if you change your thoughts, you can change your physical state. And I'm Gigi Tsouritsidis. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist and a rapid transformational therapist. And all that means is that instead of going for years of therapy, you can come see me in 2 hours and we can fix the problem. And you're more than welcome to have a free call to find out more. But right now, in this little mini series, this is my second one, I want to talk about stress release. Free yourself from anxiety and install love inside of you. So stress and anxiety, as we said, create chemical reactions in the body, and you could end up getting sick. So you want to flood your body with feel-good, happy hormones and override those stress hormones. Now, some of us need to do that from an outside source like supplementation. And the reason that is because we need B vitamins and we can't get them. We have to get them from the food, and then we have to convert them in our bodies. And some people have a gene called the MTHFR gene that it's difficult to convert your B vitamins into the activated forms. So you need to take an activated methylated form of B vitamins. What is that going to do? Well, it's going to increase your feel-good hormones, like your serotonin levels and your endorphins, right? We have dopamine in our body as well, which requires vitamin D3. And it's always best to have that with K2. So this is going to help elevate your dopamine. Your oxytocin is another feel-good hormone, and that's the snuggle hormone. So you want to do a lot of snuggling with people. And this is the one where we are really lacking right now because of social distancing. We are lacking that feel-good oxytocin that is being released from being close and giving hugs. So I'm giving all of you a virtual hug right now. Can you feel it? It's my virtual hug. And as you notice too, my nails are all short. There's no nail places open right now. And it's like, I still have to be positive and just accept all the changes that are happening. I know people are cutting their own hair. They're doing things, you know, coloring their own hair, because we just don't have life as usual at this point in time. So there are a lot of lessons we can learn. But one of the things that I want to tell you, besides supplementing with really high quality nutraceuticals, you can also do a stress reduction exercise at home right now where you are. And I'm going to teach you how to do that. So when you're sitting in a chair like I am right now and I'm feeling stress, if you're feeling stress, anytime you're feeling stress, you can do this exercise. It's easy. I want you to start with your whole body and just take every muscle and tighten it. Even your face muscles, your butt, your legs, your thighs, your calves, your feet. Tighten every muscle possible in the body. And hold on to it as long as you can. Keep holding, holding, holding. And when you can no longer tense your body, every muscle you can possibly tense, let go. And take a deep breath. And it feels like you are high, right? And floating like a balloon. You just feel so light and airy. That is a great, great stress releaser. And you can do that anytime you want. Also, throughout the day, take deep breaths. I like for people to breathe in for 4 count, hold it in for a 4 count, and let it out for an 8 count. So when you start learning how to breathe, it releases all that stress that's pent up in your body. So these are exercises you can do very easily to release major stress in your system. And these methods also stop cortisol and adrenaline from impacting your body. So you want to take charge of your own health. You definitely want to take charge, and don't let your mind go off in the wrong direction. I find that prayer is the #1 go-to for me, because you need to have love from the creator of the universe. And for me, that's God. And when I go to God during the most stressful circumstances, a peace comes over me, knowing that I can't take care of it myself. I've got to give it up to somebody. So I always give it up to God. When you give up your problems to God, it's almost like you don't have to deal with them. You do the steps that you need to do every day. Get up, brush your teeth, you know, comb your hair, do your work, whatever is needed. You do your daily activities, but you depend on God. I remember when I had my 3 children, I had 3 beautiful boys. I knew that I had no idea. Nobody gave me a manual on how to raise kids, but I said, I'm going to give these kids up to God, because that way I'm not responsible if anything happens to them. I'm, of course, going to feed them, take care of them, love them, but I can't do it all, because they're going to be off somewhere else in the world one day. They're going to be on their own, and I'm not going to be there to help them. So you know what, God, you better take over my kids, because if you take over my kids, I know they're in your hands. And if anything happens to them, it was your will. This is how I have lived my life, and it's worked beautifully. So the thing that we need to do is install love. So install love with God, and then love somebody else. Because when you give love to someone else, you take the emphasis off of you and you give it away. You give it to somebody else, either a family or a friend or a pet. Isn't it true that some people love their pets more than their family? Sad to say. But pets become part of the family, and they never scream at you, and they never yell at you, and they never complain. They just love you all the time, and that's called unconditional love. And that's really the highest love you can ever get to, is unconditional love. So watch your pets, how they love you, because that is unconditional. You can yell at them and they'll come right back to you and jump on your lap or just hug you. So you need to love others. And the love you give to yourself is also very important. And that would be where I definitely can come in and help you, because a lot of people don't know how to love themselves. For whatever guilt is lurking deep, deep, deep in their life, they found that it's very difficult to love themselves because they have deep-seated issues around something that they did at a point in time, and they never really got over that block. And it shows up in various ways. So you need to learn how to love yourself. What are some of the ways you can love yourself? You can love yourself by taking care of your body. The body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. So you can love your body by feeding it well, by exercising every day, by supplementing. These are all things that we can do to help our bodies be strong. And then we can change the way we think about ourselves and forgive yourself for anything that you've ever done. And you can go forward in life feeling better about yourself and giving yourself good positive input. We talked about this in my first mini series about your thinking, and that was that you could write positive affirmations every time you think of something negative. You say cancel and you put a positive affirmation to coincide with that negative thought. And the same thing is true about things that you should be saying to yourself every day if you don't love yourself. So what are some of the things you could be saying? You could be saying, I love you. You could be saying, I am good. You could be saying, I am amazing. I am strong. I am smart. I'm a child of God. I'm amazing. You just keep saying positive things to yourself over and over again. And as these positive thoughts are constantly being said, you start to change, because you have to love yourself first before you're capable of loving others. Isn't it true that when you're on a plane, they tell you that you have to put the face mask on first before you put the face mask on a child? If you don't love yourself, it's very difficult to even love members of your own family or to find the right partner in your life. A lot of people who end up finding the wrong person, it's because somewhere within them, they didn't love themselves enough to find the right person for them. So it's super important to learn how to love yourself. These are really important thoughts that I have for you today, and steps that you can really take action on. So I will just leave you with this. When some news comes to you that's really negative about yourself with your health, or with a family member or a loved one, or if you see really horrible things that are happening in the world, as we all do, maybe you don't want to watch television as much. You may need to take a walk in nature and pray. Take time for yourself, for self-care. Read positive affirmations every single day, instilling love for yourself, and reach out and help someone. That's really the hugest thing that can get people out. It's like the number one thing that can get a person out of depression is when they go out and help someone less fortunate. Find out who in your community really needs help, or how you can affect help. in the life of someone, even if it's in your own family. How you can sit there and listen instead of judge or put your own opinions. Sit there and listen and actually ask a person, how can I help you? What is it that's going on in your life that's making you act this way? And let me know your feelings, because sometimes people just need to talk about their feelings and they don't need to listen to your opinion. So it's time that when we reach out and truly reach out in love and in caring for someone else is when we can take the focus off of ourselves and really help our feel-good hormones, because our feel-good hormones start to become even stronger when we reach out to help others. Do one act of kindness a day, and that is the start. And we'll be talking more about how to do that in future sessions. But right now, love yourself, love God, love your neighbor, and your feel-good hormones will go up. When you're given bad news about your health, just say, I don't need to make this situation worse by creating negative hormones in my body. Instead, be happy, be positive, trust the system, trust who's trying to help you, and look inwards and find out, where did that come from? And these are all things that I can help you with. So I'm doing phone calls for a half hour, and these are free. My time for you. And you can just go to www.callwithgigi, and I will be happy to chat. That's my way of giving to the world, is to listen to you, and maybe that's all it will take. So be happy, smile, because God loves you. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.